I've burned the ships. There's no looking back, there's no turning back. There's only forward and succeeding.
I did not want to take on another season with how I felt. Yeah, full-on anxiety inside of my body.
The beautiful thing for me is there's no expectation. That's hard.
I think that the story's not done being written, and I'm excited to see that.
The beauty of the games is it's a little bit more athletic, it's a little bit more under the lights. I'm fired up to see what he can do.
This is my rookie year, and I'm coming to burn it down.
CrossFit semifinals, week 2, Sunday. Just outside the pressure cooker of downtown Los Angeles, the drama in Pasadena was approaching its climax. The world was about to witness one of the greatest comebacks in Games history.
And Baylee Rayl is only 36 points out. Rayl is off all by herself.
2 days prior, Baylee Rayl had struggled greatly, to such a degree, in fact, that she was forced to face and make peace with the harsh reality that her chances of qualifying for a third CrossFit Games appearance were evaporating rapidly.
I think my main goal was to try to stay as consistent and steady as possible, like both mentally and physically. There was a lot of adversity behind the scenes that my team knows about, and we were just trying to stay in a good headspace and take every single event and do the best that I could with each one. We knew it was gonna be a tough weekend and it was pretty heavy for me. Set up for the next one, I'm gonna have to run my heart out because today is strong man stuff. So if I can run my heart out and kind of make up for the weight, I'm gonna try to do that.
I'm losing control, losing control. I feel it taking hold, trying to steal my soul.
Her mind was starting to wonder, starting to drift a little bit on what the outcome of the weekend could be.
I was talking to Tyler that night and I felt a little bit defeated, so I was just made a subtle little comment of well, maybe we'll go on our honeymoon early, and he was like, no.
As a future husband, I was like, oh, maybe we will, but the coach in me was like, hey, we're not focused on what the outcome could be if it was the worst case scenario or the best case scenario. I was just the only thing you can control with your energy right now is the effort that you put out tomorrow.
Coming out swinging.
We're throwing bows today, baby.
We're swinging for fences.
Yeah, it's Baylee time.
Baylee Rayl will be in lane number 5. She's in 21st place overall.
We did the math though. We were like, hey, you gotta make up 35 points this event, and then the next event you're gonna make up 35 again, you get in the games.
I knew that Baylee had a really good shot at event 6, the gymnastics event. I knew she would do really well. That workout played out to give her confidence going into the last one, so I knew if she could just drop the hammer at 3, 2, 1, go on the first workout, we'd have some momentum.
Final rep for Baylee Rayl here.
She's doing exactly what she needs to do.
And she's in. That'll be good enough right now for 3rd place in the test.
We really did a good job of keeping the mindset of you're in striking distance, you're still there, just executing this event as well as you can. It was stressful because she was just right within enough to give us hope, but it was gonna be really tough to make it.
Also, I couldn't tap into where I needed to be or what place I'm gonna be after this workout and how many points I need to be here. It was just I had to quiet all that in my mind and just focus on the task at hand. 30 or 40
Yep.
points out of
36. 10? She's 36 points out of 10.
You counted 50 on that last one. 50
yeah,
points.
I did. Yep, so I just gotta send it.
Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for getting us to this point. Just pray, Lord, that you watch over her, protect her, keep her safe, make that bike move fast, toes the bar easy, and carry that bag. In Jesus' name, pray. Amen. Amen. You got it, girl. Final event, just absolutely smashed it, and I just watched her do it, which was cool. I had a front row seat. It was one of the coolest comebacks on a final day that I've got to see in person.
And Baylee Rayl is only 36 points out.
She's moving some calories here. Hands already in the air for Baylee Rayl, lane 3.
Rayl has yet to break. She's in her final 5, now 4. Baylee Rayl is done. Eagles out. Here comes Baylee Rayl.
White drops again.
Rayl is off, and Rayl has the top time and a good chance.
Oh man, she killed it, dude.
That's good.
Oh, that's what we needed to do. Now we just gotta wait. Good job.
All right, everyone.
There's like 15 to 20 minutes of just like waiting. And so I was sitting there honestly just praying of like, hey, I know that I gave my absolute best and whatever happens is totally going to be God's will.
I was trying to do quick math on the leaderboard, and it's so hard to do math, like in those moments especially. And I thought she was going to be 1 or 2 spots out, like 5 points or something insane. I'd convince myself.
All I was concerned with was, like, did she just put everything that she had from the last, year of training or year of experience into that last workout?
In 9th place, going into this event in 15th place with 415 points, Baylee
To see, her crush that workout, have exactly what needed to happen, and then that kind of moment where me, Jake, Tyler were there, and to see her, like, them announce that, it was pretty cool.
It was just so cool. And it wasn't even the fact that my name got called. It was so cool that God could do that sort of comeback and showcase that to people of like, I put you in this position, like an impossible position, and only I can bring you through that, and that's what he did. And I was just like, that's so cool.
God can do anything, and he can close any gap. And so I knew that it was going to be tough, and it wasn't going to be in my hands. I had to execute and be the vessel and like do my best, but like if it was in his plan, that's what's gonna happen, and I knew that nothing was impossible, so.
I've just been mentally just telling myself, I've burnt the ships. I've moved to Cookeville to be a CrossFit athlete. I'm all in going into this next season as an individual. I've burned the ships. There's no looking back, there's no turning back. There's only forward and succeeding. And that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna go punch my ticket as an individual, and I'm gonna represent Mayhem well.
In an interview from 2022, Mayhem athlete Luke Parker's words now carry a prophetic ring. His confidence, it turns out a year later, was not unfounded. Parker has spent the last 3 years preparing, building that confidence brick by brick.
I think I was so confident to make that statement because of seeing how far I've come each year. When I first qualified for semifinals, and then that next year being at the games on a team. So I knew, I was like, man, if you give me another calendar year to prepare for a season, I'm gonna be ready.
But talk is cheap. This year, Luke Parker proved he can back it up. He called his shot and delivered.
This next event is going to be a party, and I don't think anybody's ready for it.
Luke Parker is in 9th place with 349 points. He still has some work to do to get himself safely inside the cut line.
I was very confident going into semifinals. I felt the strongest and fittest I've ever been in my life.
Luke Parker, pressure is mounting, being in a qualifying spot for the first time in his career.
All black, judges hand in the air for Luke Parker. Luke Parker is in.
I was confident I was going to qualify, and at the end of the weekend, I was over the moon. I impressed myself in a few events.
In 8th place with 513 points, Luke Parker.
Hearing my name get announced was cool.
that was a cool moment.
How about Luke Parker as well? Been working on this for several years, went team, had some success there, but this has been the big dream for him for quite a while.
At the end of the day, it's my confidence isn't in me, it's in the Lord. The verse of mine going into semifinal weekend was Proverbs 21:31, and it's the horse is made ready for the day of battle, but the victory rests with the Lord. And I did everything I could possibly do to prepare for battle, and then at the end of the day, the victory rests with the Lord.
Parker has been hardwired for competition since childhood. His first love was baseball, which he played through college.
We got Luke Parker right here. He just scored from second, and now he's eating a taco. Gotta get my carb in, gotta get my energy. Dirty bulk, boys. Not the quad.
But from the moment he heard the word CrossFit, it received every ounce of his tenacious focus.
So I'm playing college baseball. I have teammates telling me, hey man, you need to check out this CrossFit stuff. I was watching Rich on TV, YouTube.
And the champ is back, Rich Froning.
I was just really inspired by this guy who had Galatians 6:14 down his side and just looked like Leonidas out there, just getting the crowd going, just like dominating these events.
Rich Froning is the fittest man in history.
So I'm like, all right, if that's something that you can do as a living, like I'm interested.
With his interest peaked, Parker had to see it with his own eyes. In 2019, he made the trek to Madison to witness his idol, Rich Froning, lead Mayhem Freedom to a third Affiliate Cup victory.
2 in a row, 4 total. Another title is coming to Cookeville.
So you're a CrossFitter, right, Luke?
Yep.
I'm Nate, by the way.
What is it?
Nate.
Nice
I'm
to
a
meet
video
you.
guy.
Nice to meet you.
Well, how long have you been doing CrossFit for?
For a little bit over a year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm loving it.
You like
I love the community. I'm a competitor.
Right.
So, I mean, it's the perfect atmosphere.
Yeah. Do you are you like training like to compete?
I am. I just started, but
you like the competition side of it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The competition's good.
Yeah.
Man, they get intense. I love it.
Man, it's cool. Is this your first time at the games, obviously, then?
Yep, first time at Madison. And I'm loving it.
You enjoying it?
I feel like I'm at the Olympics or something.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I get to the 2019 CrossFit Games. It's my first CrossFit Games to spectate. And I posted on my Instagram, I'm fresh off reality TV. So this is how I'm known in the community.
This guy was just on, what's the show? The
Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
Yeah, Bachelor.
Apparently there's all kinds of controversy because a bunch of women fell in love and he was like telling me he loved them all, but he didn't. I don't know. Hey! What's it? Luke!
Katie Cork, 155.
What's wrong?
Rory, how you doing, brother? Yeah,
Rory,
good to see
what's
you.
the controversy about you on the show?
Man. I don't even know where to begin. What's my perspective? Well, I mean, I was the villain of the season. My sister-in-law signed me up, so I'm like, all right, whatever, let's try it out. I actually, at first I said no, and the next thing I know, I'm on it. And
what season is this?
This is season 15 of The Bachelorette. Okay, so you're on The Bachelorette? Yes, season 15. Okay. It was going on for like 20 years, but the 15th of The Bachelorette, and man, I actually felt like I was very compatible with the girl. So I was like, all right, let's do this.
When I first started CrossFit, it was, Luke Parker, ex-college baseball player. And I was an athlete, so I liked that. And I was like, all right, well, I want to test this CrossFit thing and see, if I have what it takes. And then boom, I fly to LA. And now I'm known when I come back as, that's the guy that went on reality TV, the Bachelor dude.
You are absolutely stunning. Here, give me some love.
On The Bachelorette, Luke P became an overnight sensation, but not in the way he had hoped.
You are not gonna mess it up, okay?
He is, with few, if any exceptions, one of the most polarizing and villainized figures in Bachelor Nation history.
Luke P, he's just kind of a This is a pile of baloney. Look at that.
Stay in your lane. You. Keep doing you.
My wife had watched The Bachelor, and she was like, hey, this guy does CrossFit. And as I was walking through, one of the times that her and her friends would watch it, I did watch half of one season one time, and I couldn't do it ever again. I tried to. The one time that I saw Luke talk, it was very cringy, and so I immediately hated him.
I'm not threatened by anybody, especially not you.
The only episode we've ever gone back and watched bits and pieces of is the rugby episode, and that's so Luke. It's just this.
Today we fight! Today they die!
You
gotta put your team in the best position to win.
I think the words blood, sweat, and tears might have been taken just a little bit too literally.
I'm playing rugby, you know? This is like football. It's a contact sport.
Reality television is a misleading name. It's curated reality, designed to entertain, cleverly engineered with drama and confrontation that keeps viewers wanting more.
Luke has reached a new level of childish behavior.
You're the cause of her not being our happiest right now.
While audiences at home ate it up with a spoon, Luke's reputation took a devastating blow.
Having the experience of going on reality TV and have millions of people watching you and talking about your every move, every word that comes out of your mouth, I got to learn a lot about myself as a man. And I'm still continuing to grow in that and maturity level, and I hope that I always will continue to grow. For sure, there was a rebuilding process. One thing I struggled with was worrying too much about what people thought of me. I felt like I could never kind of dig myself out of that hole to the community to be known as that bachelor guy from reality TV in the CrossFit community. And that was kind of frustrating because, yeah, I liked it and it fueled my fire to meet people in person because they don't get to see some edited version of me in person. They get to meet the real me and have a real conversation with me. It's been neat to latch onto my why and really remember and remind myself my identity is in Jesus. I'm not just some villain or reality TV personality.
In 2023, Luke Parker is a household name once again. But this time around it's for his CrossFit accolades in his new home, Cookeville, Tennessee. His 2019 visit to the CrossFit Games became the turning point in his career and his life, when it resulted in an invitation to come train with Rich and the crew.
Hillary and them met him at the games. I guess he was there at the games. He came by the campsite. I met him.
Like, hey man, like, don't pull my leg. Like, if you guys really want to invite me, like, you don't understand, like, I'll pack my bags tonight and call U-Haul right now. And I literally packed all my bags that night, got in a U-Haul and drove to Cookeville.
Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to in the future, like, plugging in to the Mayhem community and being a part of Mayhem missions. And obviously, fitness.
As is customary for newcomers to Cookeville, his greeting was initiated by a few casual training sessions with Rich. We like to call it the Mayhem interview process, and it ain't easy.
I'm not 100% sure of the reps. I just remember it was an echo bike, maybe like 25 cals, 50 heavy dubs, some legless or regular rope climbs, and then maybe another set of dubs. I can't remember exactly, but I just remember Luke completely imploding. That's all I remember.
That was nasty for me because I have very little experience with the heavy rope. And I tried to be a hero and go and broke in the first set.
The first 4 months, I remember telling so many people this, like, I really wanted to quit, like, every day. I remember just being the most sore I've ever been in my entire life, like, getting home for lunch between sessions, like, crawling into the kitchen. Like, there was times where we'd be training in the barn and I had like 6 rounds left and he'd been waiting for 20 minutes, already finished with the workout. And he's like, all right, good night, and like walks up home, and I'm just like, diving in the chalk bucket by myself, like trying to get the workout done, dude.
When you commit to train at Mayhem, you commit to learn. And Luke would now be learning from the best.
Go back. Down there, good. When you guys 3, 2, 1, go, ran over here and you were in your own planet.
Because he was going too fast, and he's supposed to be the pacer for that, and he was going out way too hot. I think Luke's main holes were just pacing. He would go out hot, still does that at times.
I got something stupid like that again. A week suspension, I'm not kidding. He's sprint like full out. All he had sprint on his 16th 200 when he's completely fatigued. It's just dumb, like there's no reason for it.
Yeah, just another day learning new things. Just be more educated.
Super strong, kind of weirdly strong on one end and then weirdly really good aerobically. And then kind of that middle ground was where he would kind of fall apart. Gymnastics were a little bit of a weakness. He's definitely attacked those things and you know, put the time in on those things.
That tested me. Get to the drop, bro. Let's go.
I just want to make sure I can get my gains in.
I did what Rich did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Despite the draining demands of his new training and lifestyle, Parker's energetic and joyful personality could not be fatigued, and he quickly won over the hearts of the Mayhem family.
So when I think tranquilo, I think of tranquilizer dart. Like, just constantly expanding my dictionary. Have you heard of global freezing? Mache. Luke's paper mache his thumbs.
The Luke you get in the first little bit, as much as sometimes it might feel like fake, it's the Luke you get, you know? Like, that's one thing you can say about Luke is he is a good dude. From the minute you meet him, and he just stays that way. He's like a puppy.
Let's go, baby! We're winning the day! I'm Luke Parker. This is Day in the Life. Every day the Lions eat. I just literally ripped his pre-workout. So yeah, you could say I'm licking my chops.
I probably had 30 Chips Ahoy cookies, 3 Uncrustables before, and a plate full of enchiladas and rice.
He's true, he's loyal, he's our idiot. If anybody else wants to make fun of him, they gotta go through us.
My core to extremity knowledge in my brain, and as an athlete, is on point now.
You fully tap your potential.
Core to extremity knowledge in my brain.
Trying to be funny.
That being said, like, the dude's heart is 100% gold.
All right, ready? Time to shower. Take 3, take 4, time to shower. Take 5, we're showering. Take 6. Can you use those or are we good? All right, let's shower. You come in the shower? No, stay here. I'm showering.
Baylee Rayl is still working through this. It's an 18-minute time cap.
After her performance at the 2022 CrossFit Games, Baylee Rayl had been apprehensive for the coming year. She was filled with doubt, unsure if she even wanted to compete.
Obviously very disappointed, but it was a long weekend and I'm proud that I was able to make it through and give my best effort each time, so on to the next.
But I felt like the first year that I made it to the games, there was no expectation on my end. I was just full of gratitude and joy and amazement that God could bring me to this place.
When you first make the games, like, it's so fun. You're getting qualifying and like making it. So that first year was a blast because of the newness of it and the accomplishments even before she made the games. And then it is disappointing when you do worse than anything.
Maybe it came from her not placing as high as her expectations were, which a lot of times we can get in trouble, like placing self-imposed expectations of like, hey, I'm doing this, this, and this, so therefore I should or I deserve this finish or this outcome or this reward, right?
Sometimes we get knocked down to realize that we can't do it on our own. And so it took me a while to figure that out. I did not want to take on another season with how I felt at the games last season. I was like, that's not fun. I don't want to, if that's not His will for me, I don't want to step into that. I don't want it to be any sort of selfish pursuit. I don't want that.
Words of encouragement?
You say?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He coaches me through my emotions.
Good.
Like this huge tornado and he's like, put the fire out.
We had some conversations of just like trying to find the joy in it then. Maybe just set the goal to find the fittest version of yourself every single day and to make like those decisions so it's less of a big picture focus.
It was just really scary because I felt super unbalanced. And I remember Tyler and Paige sitting me down and being like, hey, it's okay. I feel like I have this mindset of I have to be 100% or I'm not going to be good. And so I was like, I don't want to go down that road. So what else can I do? Like, I still want to pursue this. And they were just like, you can balance other things. Like, you don't have to put so much emphasis that you take the joy out of that. And so my main mission has been to find that balance this year and get back to that state of full gratitude and joy and just amazement and like just letting go of what my plan is.
As the season progressed, Baylee did just that. She let go, taking each obstacle as it came, considering it all joy when faced with trials, confident that her perseverance was gaining strength.
Kind of nervous
but also excited. This is why we work.
I'll take all the crappy ones.
Cookie boy, come here.
Baylee has long believed that her story is being written by a hand with greater intent and grander vision than she can even imagine. Her joy comes from the knowledge that this is God's plan for her coming to fruition.
Ultimately, if you believe in God, then He's all-powerful and He's all-knowing. So He knows it's going to happen, but He also has influences and controls what's going to happen. We believe that whatever He wants for us is so much better than whatever else we would want for ourselves. So if we can step into that, into His plan for our life, whether that's going to compete at the CrossFit Games or winning the CrossFit Games or just working out a little bit every day and doing what we're supposed to in life, we want to step into this thing for His plan.
If it was my plan, I would have just liked to sneak into the top 10 and make it to the CrossFit Games, and that would be awesome. Like, that's what I've worked really hard for. That's what a lot of us desire to do. But his plan was to make it into an impossible situation, to showcase a comeback and show like his strength and his power. He wrote that story way better than I could have ever possibly done myself. And so I think it's surrendering our own fleshly desires to allow him to have his hand in it and his works. It may not look how you want it to, but it's gonna be way better in the end.
So his plan is just a guide for walking by faith and walking in what she knows is His will for her life. So should that be in the space that she's in right here, right now, qualified for the games off of high apprehension with competing this year, not certain what her 2023 season looked like, to one of the coolest comebacks I've ever seen, to now training for the CrossFit Games, like, you tell me, like, is she walking in His plan for her?
Honestly, like, there's a song and I woke up in my head, it's so weird, I woke up and the song in my head was out of my hands and into yours, and I was like, okay, we're gonna roll with that today, so.
We don't know what it is. It's like walking by faith each day. That's what we mean by that. Like, we're asking, literally asking, like, God, what do you want for my life? Because that's what I ask very regularly. She's asking regularly. And right now it's here now in fitness and a lot of this. I think it'll still be that, but we're asking that regularly because we want to seek Him and find Him and do what He wants in that. 5 years ago, Baylee had no idea she would be here and now. She just had to take the little small steps of faith and obedience along the way, and eventually she got here. And 5 years ago, it didn't probably look this good or this great or like it was all planned out that way, but it was. When we say His plan, we're trying to look at it. So tomorrow we'll have the faith, so when we look at it in 5, 10, 50 years, we'll be like, oh, that all made sense. But it's just a small step today and tomorrow and working into His plan through that.
With games training back in full swing, Baylee was refocused on gratitude for this life and this opportunity.
I'm just trying to step into that joy and gratitude again. And I've found it, and I think it's been really awesome and it's been fun.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you at the barn?
No.
No. Okay, where are you?
I'm about to leave.
Okay, perfect. Story of our life. Okay, no, that's good. I was just like, well, our plan was to get there at 9, and then I didn't realize that the whole town of Cookville was gonna head to the barn today.
Hey, did you pass a cop on the way up here?
Probably.
Hi. Hi, Alex. Baylee. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Baylee.
Hey, I'm Sam.
Nice to meet you. I can literally eat and hit some burpees.
4 sets,
Bro.
maybe 5.
Whatever you're doing, I'm locked in. Let's see what's on programming today.
Hey, let me see.
Paige, can you pick up?
How do you lift it?
I don't know. Just get it up there. 30 monster cleans. 3 legless pegboards. 20, 2, 10, 1.
Games training with Baylee, it makes it so much better. I've gone through it alone and it's super hard. We're on the same page of like, we're not just butting heads together every day, we're actually here to make each other better in everything that we do. It's really awesome to have somebody who can be there to help me through my weaknesses, and she's so open and willing to coach me through things that I don't thrive at. Like, I look at her as like a sister. You know, she influences me to find a little bit more balance in my life and to know that CrossFit doesn't define me, but, you know, specifically like living through my faith like she does.
One. I think I'll do singles. They might have like a, what do you call it? Like a thrower. Like put a baseball. He was like, they might have a GHD thrower. Or a wall ball thrower. I was like, I don't know.
Throw it at what?
Like, can you imagine they set up the machines at every single lane? There's like, like who's gonna load it?
Judges a set distance. If you don't make it to them, you have to get out of your GHD, hand it to them.
If they drop the ball, then you're screwed for your workout time.
Yeah. If you drop the ball, you're done. You're disqualified from the CrossFit Games.
I have weeds in front of my front porch. But my wife helped me plant a couple flowers on this side. This was my side. Number one on the list for me would be just like anti-inflammatory. It attacks inflammation. And then also, I mean, there's something about the mental toughness part, bro.
I was gonna ask. Yeah.
Like it sucks every morning. Like right now, even like I'm so used to it, it's not a big deal to me. But I still know it's gonna suck, you know? So as far as, I hate sounding like that guy. It's like mental fortitude, getting the cold plunge in the morning. I use these little toe booties. I don't really need them, but I like them because they keep my toes warm. Start that, dude. Try to get in slow so I don't spill water everywhere. I just try to lean back just enough to get my shoulders in. So I'm literally doing this for my quads, my knees, my ankles, my hips, shoulders, and back. Real coffee snob. Doing my special pour over this morning. Oh, would you look at that? Creature container. Too bad you don't get to see me make it.
What's in it?
Overnight oat action. Been eating this for almost 2 years now, every morning. Right now, I'm studying the beginning of the Bible. Just got done with the beginning, aka Genesis. Read it, maybe take some notes, and that's about it. We all know that everyone works hard, and to make it to the top of the sport, everyone's doing high volume. The days of less rest, more volume, more intensity do become dark days. You're constantly having to latch on to your why, or your purpose, or your identity, or just whatever fuels you to do what you're doing. And for me, my why is my faith. Latching on to my why and my faith is something that drives me through pretty much anything and everything that gets really tough. There's times for sure where getting me through the days, I'm thinking about a peanut butter and jelly, or what kind of ice cream I'm gonna eat, or the food I'm gonna eat after, but for sure it always gets deeper than that. So my definition of success, because I'm a man of faith, looks differently. It's not gonna be, oh, I was a failure this year because I wasn't number one on the leaderboard. It doesn't matter if I move to Cookeville and I don't ever make it to the games. That's not where my success scale is. The success scale looks like, did I give all of my effort? Did I make the most of the relationships and the people around me? That's what I have to wrestle with at night. That's my success scale is, did I bring up my experiences and my relationship with God? Did I share that with people? The biggest goal is just to go out and know that I gave my best effort. To be done with the weekend and go, you know what, look back. I don't have any regrets. I gave all that I had. and I laid it all out there to the very end. Qualified for the games. Orlando, Florida, East semifinal. I rest 2 days. Start training here again with Rich. That next week, I started training with Roman. So I've had 6 weeks with Roman. Then I kind of hurt my back. Then I rolled my ankle on a ruck run. As soon as Sam came in town, I literally trained with Sam Cornier and Alex Vigneault for 2 days. On the second day, rolled my ankle. And since then, I've been training alone. Okay. Which is the last 3 days, just because I'm trying to do workouts that doesn't affect my ankle, but I'll probably jump back in with Sam and Alex Vigneault here starting next week.
It's all good, it's all good. Even through the highs and the lows, yeah, you know it's all good, it's all good. And we gon' make it, I know, cause you know it's all good, yeah.
What are my goals for the 2023 CrossFit Games? Well, I think the beauty of this question is the fact that I'm a rookie, which I think is a scary thing. Scary for them, not me. If I come in 40th or 35th or even like 25th, it's kind of the same as far as what I'm gonna get from the community. Oh, Luke Parker, yeah, qualified for his first CrossFit Games. Nice job, he went out there and gave what he had. But if I come like top 10, top 15 on my rookie year, okay, people are gonna open their eyes and wake up a little bit and be like, okay, we gotta look out for this guy. But the beautiful thing for me is there's no expectation. I'd rather, the last 3 years have always been more conditioned, more beat up going into competition. But this was the first year that I've ever like purposefully went all in for an event. Like I went all in Orlando. I made sure I was peaked. I was the fittest by far I've ever been in my life and strongest. And I felt amazing, not to mention it's good programming. But like, it's hard, man. I've games trained the last 2 years and I feel the best I've ever felt this year, but also I've had more tweaks this year than any other year. So I'm just trying to maintain, stay healthy.
So I'll start, like, I would start on thrusters, she would start on the lunges, you start on the pull-ups, or whatever station.
And then I moved to thrusters.
Honestly, I'm just here to teach the Australian swimmer and Paige and Vic. It's kind of like what it's like to swim fast. Just kind of give them some lessons in the water. I might like swim backwards while they're swimming forward so I can give them some tips.
Switch up the stroke.
Yeah. Just a couple butterfly laps and Tarzan swim.
So, listen, we're about to see what a real swimmer can actually do. I'm about to get my butt whooped.
I said, welcome to my life every time I swim with her. Now she's going to swim with her.
I got in the pool for like the first time like after a break, and like I swim with my mum and she's like about the same speed as me. Got in, absolutely toweled up. Like I am not at the level I used to be.
Okay. Versus.
He's doing one kettlebell, two. Yep.
Cool. Ooh.
Yeah.
That changes.
Yeah. It's also gonna suck to start on them.
Yeah.
Don't think just.
But I'd rather just get them out of the way.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that. Thruster, pull up, lunge.
I'm gonna thruster.
Then you thruster, lunge, pull up.
Okay. What are you?
What?
Pull up. Thruster, lunge.
Thruster, lunge. Yeah.
Let you guys go ahead and I'll follow behind. Just so you know, whenever I pass you, that water.
You can label this one how to get blasted.
It wasn't even like this, it was like the swim was so uncomfortable for me, and usually it's fine.
Yeah.
As you know?
Yeah.
But it just felt not good.
I was like telling Emily too, I was starting to get a little bit panicky in that hot patch over there because it was so long.
Like, so long and
I was like,
hot.
I need to get out of here immediately.
Yeah.
It was so hot.
And if she felt like that,
yeah,
there was a full-on anxiety inside of my body. I was like, I need to get out, I need to get out. Yeah, I've been feeling like really good up until today. I feel like I took care of myself yesterday. I ate plenty, I slept like longer than normal, but I felt like heat exhaustion from the track. And then that like carried over into here. Like I was driving to the gym and I was like, I just want to pull over and close my eyes. So I think it's just like day by day. I've been feeling totally fine until today. I was talking to Paige, like I don't want to show up to the games dragging myself out of bed. Like there's not much to gain the next week and a half, so we just need to be smart with like fueling and making sure that we're like primed and ready to go.
As Madison draws closer, training takes a toll on even the most durable of competitors. And Baylee is no exception. While temporary imbalance is necessary for success in any pursuit, Baylee finds grounding by placing her identity in the eternal, not the temporary.
Like you're not going to be the best at something just being mediocre. You have to take care of all the small details, but that's not where your identity is. So you can have that unbalance as long as you know that that's not who you are. I don't know if you know this, but I got like 20 something at the games.
See you after the game. Coming? No, say hi with me. What? Too cool for you, Roman.
He's mad we didn't say hello to him. Hello, Roman. I think I need, can you grab the rock in my vest? Game's turning. We have 1,200, 4, 80, 4, 1,200.
All athletes at Mayhem play to win. But for Baylee, winning is defined on her own terms.
You want to win, and not everyone wins. Like, we're not saying everyone's not a winner. Like, only one person wins the CrossFit Games. So that means at the CrossFit Games, there's 39 men and 39 women who are losers in reality, right? If only one person wins. But if we define success differently, then a lot of people at the CrossFit Games are successful, and I argue all 80, right, are successful in their own way. But how you define what exactly success is to you is probably going to define the outcome of whether you're like happy or find contentment in what you did at the CrossFit Games or your CrossFit season as a whole.
It's not necessarily to have your name and stand on top of the podium because this is for me. Like, you do it for your family, you do it for your loved ones, you do it to inspire other people, and you're put on a platform to be an example. Obviously, I want to do well. That's what every athlete and competitor wants to do. I want to do the best that I can. I want to be obviously top 10 at the games, and I feel like we've worked hard enough to do that. But if that's not, again, God's will for my life, like I hope and pray that I could be an example to other people to not give up, and that no matter what, like God's using you for a bigger purpose than you may even anticipate or think. And honestly, that's my goal, and that's always been my goal. I'm happy that we didn't give up at the beginning of the season because I think that the story is not done being written, and I'm excited to see that.
guys working on some track stuff? Nice. Well, cheers to jumping high. 50-meter shuttle runs to equal 400 meters, so there and back twice. So 4 total touches, if you will. 400 meters into DT.
No camera.
The workout is the 3, the 2, and the 1. Gotta run hard. He said, DT easy. I was like, speak for yourself, bro. Wow. One round of this is gonna be like, it's gonna be tough.
That's hard.
That's good.
Where's big?
In my mind, I'm like, all right,
You pushed me.
last rep,
Yeah.
sprint, beat Roman. I got off the barbell and I was like, my legs, I had to find them and then put them on my body. It was like this.
Hey, bro. Man is man.
Man is man.
Hey, was that enough running?
So hard for me, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I tried to just keep the lead because I felt really good. It didn't start getting hit me till the first set of deadlifts in 205. That 205 zapped me. Yeah, that was a good race. I thought for sure I was gonna hold him. He got me. I figured he would, because I saw him on the last round before 205 slow down. I could tell he's going unbroken, or trying.
For rookies with a long-term view of success, their first year in Madison is an opportunity to experiment. As the clock to Madison now ticks down for Luke Parker, his plan of attack may come as a surprise to some. He plans to send it.
I get to go out there, and I feel like I have a free year to burn.
The beauty of the games is it's a little bit more athletic, it's a little bit more under the lights, it's more game timey, and I feel like Luke for the most part is that. You know, he's played and has a background of real sport. The games are so many events, you can have 1 or 2 slip-ups, but if he can minimize those, I'm fired up to see what he can do. I think Luke can hit some home runs in Madison. I think he'll get a couple events that'll be just, you know, he can knock out of the park.
If there's a wheelhouse workout that comes out, send it. This is my rookie year, and I'm coming to burn it down.
So far this CrossFit Games season, the rookie has backed up his talk with action. And an underdog has overcome impossible odds at semifinals to secure her seat at the table. Still, not all of the doubters have been silenced. Some say it's luck. If you define luck as the place where opportunity meets preparation, you may be right. To this point, their preparation has produced results. Now it's on a collision course with the opportunity that awaits them in Madison.